Hey guys, so we're just jumping right in today for this video. I forgot to turn on the camera when I first started working on the scrapbook layout. So what you see that I've already done is I pulled this paper. I'm relying heavily on the Studio Calico March kit, and so I started with this paper from Crate Paper, the DIY shop. It's called Crafty. And I'm also using a lot of these basic gray knee highs and bow ties flags. And as you can see, I'm using two 4x6 photos, one in landscape orientation and one in portrait orientation. And I laid them down on the bottom of this paper in sort of an L configuration. They've moved now, obviously, but they're in kind of an L configuration. So up in the upper left-hand corner where I'm working now, I wanted to put a banner of these flags, and I couldn't get that twine to lay exactly the way that I wanted it to. So you're going to see me fiddle around with this quite a bit, trying to get this twine to lay and then the flags to lay exactly the way I wanted it to. I thought at first that I would string the flags directly on that on that twine as it went down the page, but that actually didn't work. So what I then decided to do was that I would just lay the twine out in like the arc that I wanted, and I would add the flags over top of it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm working on getting that arc, or that, that banner like shape for the background the way that I want. And I'm using these flags. One of them says happy, one of them says sweet, and then there are four decorative flags that I'll use in the middle of them, and one has an ampersand on it. So you'll see as this goes on. And to make it appear that those flags are hanging off of that twine, I just individually wrap twine around each of the tops, around the tops of each of those flags, so that it looks like, they are actually strung on that twine. And then I'm going to pop all of them up on dimensional adhesive to give them some dimension off that twine, so it looks like they're hanging in a way. And like I said, I'm going to use, I think there's 6 of them. And there they are laid out there. And my plan is the ampersand is in the middle. And my plan would be to add a G and an S. This is a layout about when Stu and I went to Vegas to get married. And we stayed at the MGM Grand. So these are two pictures of the MGM Grand. And the title of this layout is going to be Let's Get Married. Because that's very much how our engagement story went. We were in Germany for my brother's wedding, and we were talking about buying a house. And I flippantly said to him, if I'm going to commit to 30 years with you buying a house, then I should, at least get a ring for it. And then we decided right then that we would go to the courthouse in Baltimore where we live to get married, and just it was very much like a paperwork kind of thing, like a legal, just a paperwork kind of thing. So, and then we decided, well, if we're just gonna have like a quick wedding, or let's make it fun. So we decided to quote unquote elope to Vegas. So it wasn't much of an elopement. I mean, it was very weird. Our families watched our ceremony online. Only Stu and I traveled to Vegas, but it was broadcast. And knowing that my husband's a complete tech geek, this is quite an entertaining story for me. But everyone was able to log on, and they recorded the ceremony, and they were able to log on to a website from the wedding chapel and actually watch it online. So, and we had talked about crazy stuff like getting Elvis to marry us, and in the end, I'm glad that we didn't do that. But and mostly we didn't do that because Elvis is expensive, um, and we would rather spend our money on other stuff. And neither of us are huge Elvis fans, although I do listen to Elvis's Christmas album every year. It's probably the only Elvis Well, no, I have Blue Suede Shoes on my workout mix on my iTunes. So anyway. Again, I'm just laying this all out. You guys don't. I mean, obviously, you see what I'm doing here. I'm just adding foam adhesive on the back of all these flags and lining them up here. This is a very quick and easy layout. Not a whole lot of thinking went into it. The total layout took about 45 minutes to complete. And it was probably one of the rare times when I really felt like I was using the Studio Calico kit the way I feel like kits should be used, I guess. in that I used a majority of the things that came in that kit. That wood veneer down there that says the best is yet to come did not come in the kit, but it is a Studio Calico wood veneer. And I felt like if I had all that wood veneer up in that upper left-hand corner, I needed something to balance that in the lower right. So I am going to use that the best is yet to come wood veneer there at the bottom. And I'm just going to put that down flat using my finger, which is the best tool that you have in your scrap room. Really, I think my fingers are the best tools that I have. I used a little bit of Tombow Mono Multi Glue and just stuck that straight down. And then here is some ribbon that came in the kit. So I'm going to use some of this. I really need to look up the name of that. I don't know if it's score tape. I'm not sure what the name of that tape is, but I really like to use it on ribbon, especially like now. I'm gonna put this ribbon across the whole layout. So I really like, and I was just making sure it was straight there, but I really like that, but it's not forgiving. So if you lay something down and you don't like it, that tape, it's not very forgiving. So I wanted to add that in another place on the layout, and I'm thinking about it. And I decided to add, since it's at the bottom of the pictures, I decided to also add it to the, kind of bordering those pictures a bit. So I added it to the upper right here too. And I thought about adding some more of that ribbon, more in a can I please get rid of it kind of way than really, oh, it's, it looks so great on the layout. But I decided that it didn't work. And now I'm thinking about how I'm going to embellish this layout. And these stickers came in the kit, and they're the Amy Tangerine. What are they called? Goodness and oh, they're not Amy Tangerine. No, they're just Goodness Pink. And so I'm just laying them out here so that they'll spell out the title of my layout, which is Let's Get Married. And I thought that I would lay it all out so that it was what do you call it? Orientated to the right. But I didn't like it the way that, well, yeah, here you go. I originally thought that I was going to put Let's Get and Married all on the same line, and it didn't fit. So, and then because I wanted everything to be right oriented, but at the end I just centered it as best I could here, so it works out. And I actually put the little apostrophe up there, and I'm happy with that. And then I'm just putting these thickers back. They are the most, I said this before in other videos, they are the least sticky thickers I've ever had. I mean, they don't even stick to the backing sheet. So oddly enough. So there's that G and the S that I talked about. And then here's the stamp set that came in the kit. So I was trying to figure out a way to use that. The only thing that didn't come in the kit was the wood veneer wood plaque that says the best is yet to come. And that doodlebug twine. That was actually from a Simon Says stamp card kit from November of 2012, which I'm still trying to get rid of. So I'm using some Memento ink here in the Dewdrop in Rosebud. And this stamp set had like this flag shape and then had words that went in it. So I stamped the flag shape right there, or the banner shape, I guess. And it says, today is more than just a good day. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to stamp the banner shape, and then I'm going to put the words "loving this moment with you," which were the two sentiments that were included in the stamp set. So just lining them up, and they lined up very well. I was very happy with this stamp set. I got a lot of use out of it this month, so that was good. And now I'm just thinking there's a lot of journaling because I want to tell the story like I just said about, how we decided to get married and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of journaling, but if you look at the bottom of this crate paper, there's like these turquoise or aqua arrows right down there by that one banner. So I decided that the page itself needed some more like banner kind of, not banner, but like an outline or what would you call it? Like it needed a little bit of framing. There we go. It's way too early in the morning. So it needed a little bit of framing. So this is a little, it almost looks like a magic wand to me. It's got a star on it with so I used that. It's from the Studio Calico add-on from that month, and like I said, it just looks like a little bit of magic wand. It's got a star and then like a line, I guess. I don't know. So I used that to kind of border the layout and to also bring that pink color up into the upper left-hand corner. And so here I'm just writing out my entire journaling. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of journaling. And then as soon as this journaling part is done, the layout is finished. Like I said, quick and easy. I relied a lot on the kit in this layout, which I haven't found easy to do in the time that I've subscribed. Of course, it's only been 2 months, but I haven't found it that easy to make full layouts just using the kit. So I was very happy that I was able to do that with this layout. And lots of writing. It's a long story. And you guys know I talk a lot, so you know. And then we're going to take a final look at the layout here. There you go. And I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.